Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna talk to you about Porsche and its family tree history since the introduction of the Porsche 356 in the late 40s until today, when the brand has a very competitive lineup available globally. The common ancestor of all the Porsches that you see on the road today is the 356. It is an air-cooled, lightweight and nimble-handling rear-engine rear-wheel drive coupe or cabrio created by Perry Porsche. In the 60s, Porsche introduced the 911 as a more powerful, larger, more comfortable replacement for the 356. Peugeot did not allow Porsche to use the name 901. Then came the 912 as an entry-level variant of the 911. It was replaced by the 914 design manufactured by Volkswagen and Porsche jointly. The 70s saw the arrival of the 930, known as the 911 Turbo. A year later, in 1976, it was the time for the 924, which replaced the 914 as the entry model of the group. A third family of model was introduced with the 928, a luxury Grand Tourer, to sit above the regular 911. In the 80s, the entry-level family welcomed the 944, one of the most successful sports cars in Porsche's history. Then in 1986, it was time for the 959, the world's fastest street-legal production car. In 1989, the 911 family saw the arrival of the 964. In the decade of the 90s, Porsche introduced the 968, the final evolution of a series of water-cooled front-engine rear-wheel drive models began almost 20 years earlier. In the classic lineup, the 993 replaced the 964, the last of air-cooled 911 models. 2 years later, in 1996, it was the time for the 986, also known as Boxster, and then finally the 996 came in 1997. In the new century marked a new era for Porsche. It started with the supercar 980 or Carrera GT and its V10 engine, followed by the Boxster Cayenne family, which got their second generation with the 987. In 2004, the 997 replaced the 996, but the revolution started 20 years ago with the Cayenne, the brand's first SUV. The controversy generated by the Cayenne continued with the arrival of the first generation Panamera, the brand's first ever sedan. Then in 2011, Porsche presented the 991 with an entirely new platform. A year later, it was the turn for the 981 as the first Boxster Cayman to use electronically assisted steering. In 2013, the brand introduced the 918 Spider, a limited production mid-engine plug-in hybrid hypercar, and the successor of the 981, the 982, came in 2016. The second generation Cayenne arrived in 2009 as a response to the positive results of the first generation, and the Macan, a mid-size SUV below the Cayenne, arrived later. Then, the latest models from Porsche include the 992, launched in 2018, the second Panamera since 2016, the Taycan, the first ever electric Porsche with a quite successful career until now, and the third generation Cayenne, which added a coupe version later. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe. You can see the full family tree in my Instagram profile.